the when we go live. Oh, you guys are. I'm not gonna do it. You guys suck playing tricks on me. You never told me. Thanks. That's Blast 09.
Ready? Let's go live right now. And then right when I muted, you're like, just tell me when we go live.
I look up and I see yellow. Live.
Fuck you, Sean.
Welcome to the most professional
Show and vaping.
Why I got black bars on the top and on the bottom? What is this?
That's because you're special.
I don't even know what's going on.
Westface Killer says, "Wake up, Matt."
I'm awake.
It's not his fault. It's not. Yeah, he's busy. He's trying to get set to provide some fabulous content for you people.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to whatever this show is that we're not ready for. I'm Mass Blast 09. Understudy just got sued 77. We got Fubaka.
What up?
And the Angstful Vapor. Where'd it go?
Oh man, what's up, everybody?
Welcome to the club, Sean.
Hi.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Hey, you guys got an exclusive club going on.
Not yet. I'm not part of the club right now.
I know.
I'm not talking about it.
No.
All right, fine. So shall we do vaping things?
We have an action-packed show for you guys tonight.
Yes.
Well, should we start with the what are we vaping?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Bubak, what you got going on there? You got some happy stuff going on.
I've got quite a bit going on. Of course, the Odin that never leaves the Mass Mod Mini because they be like peas and carrots. I got the Philip Rock Grand Reserve overpriced steep juice. Got the Stellaire clone on the Nemesis clone with the real chuff top. I've got some juice on there. I can't specify what it is.
Top secret?
Top secret juices.
Oh, some top secret shit.
Ooh.
I'll tell you this much. It vapes so fucking clean that I have not changed my cotton since 2 Thursdays ago. When I rebuilt it, I've had the same cotton in there. So
Wow.
It's crazy.
So 0-0 ethyl maltol.
Precisely.
Volbeater's asking, is that a fancy-ass members-only jacket, Foo?
Member?
Yeah.
Does he even know what the fuck a members-only jacket looks like?
Yeah.
These little floppy thingies that those jackets have, right? I don't know what those are called.
First of all, it is officially fall in
Towels?
New York, and it is cold as fuck down here.
Down here?
Up. You're higher than everybody here.
You're higher than
in
everybody.
the basement.
Oh,
I'm
down
below, dude.
elevation, not latitude.
Mm-hmm.
I've got what have I got going on tonight?
Hey, I wasn't finished.
Oh, I beg your pardon. We're not doing reviews. Just what are you vaping on right now?
Oh, dude, I'm vaping all this shit.
Oh, we'll do it.
Vape Fun, raspberry mint on the iStick. I'll talk about that later. Bitches.
I've got this normal-ish sort of stuff going on. Got the Duke, got a Tobe on top, Chuff Gap. And inside that I've got some betas, which I don't think I'm really allowed to talk about quite yet, but I'll probably mention them anyway. Rose has got something weird in it tonight. It's got this, which I will talk about in a minute. It's got a label on it, just turning around backwards for a minute. And the new little toy, and a K-Fun has got Vanilla Awesome in it from Northern Lights. Next, Shawno. Or
I got
Masty.
my Plumes P-Box K-Fun Raspberry, same as every week. The new one that I have this evening that I will talk about a little bit later is the Same pedal mod that I always have, but I have the Tatro T2 on it, filled with lab rat liquids. Brown bag.
Nice.
Looks like an overpriced Carter tank to me.
It looks like an upside down Jenny.
It's an upside down Jenny.
To me.
It looks like the Bogue F16.
But I will get to the review and my thoughts on the Tatro in a little bit. Mast, what do you got?
I got something. It came in this bottle, and Vaporator gave it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, yeah.
Does it taste like deliciousness?
It tastes very deliciousness.
Nice.
So, but in that, I have that in the Helios, and in my, what? In my other Addy, I have one of Vaporator's new juice called Suspicious Minds.
Mm.
And that one is a peanut butter banana. And it's good.
It is good. It is good. So I didn't know if we were supposed to say the names, because that's what these little guys are as well.
Yeah, they're well, if we weren't supposed to, we did.
Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Either way, they're really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ahmed, you want to go through your review stuff?
Yeah. So last week I did my vaping growing up and got a K-Fun. Got off one of my coworkers. It was like barely used, so I had to deck it out a bit. I got for understudies recommendation the Science of Vaping top cap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hollowed out on the inside. It's like scooped out, so you get more capacity, which is awesome. I got a nano kit and this iStick. So now this is I really, really, really enjoy it because I have raspberry in here. I can vape it all day. The iStick. The thing is, if it's anything under an ohm, it doesn't fire. So unless you're stubborn, it won't wrap above like 0.2. It's an awesome device. I haven't tried any drippers on it. I think I might just do it for the hell of it. But it's it's a poor man's Vapor Shark, I figure.
I would agree with that, and I mean I kind of want to pick one up.
It's light. It's very, very light. Like the K-Fun actually makes it pretty top heavy, even after putting the nano kit on.
Mm.
That said, I got it for $36 on eBay.
That's pretty good.
If I break it in 2 months, I'd say I got my money's worth and then some.
Yep.
True that.
A micro USB charge port on the bottom. Not sure about that, especially if you got like pocket link gets in there and shit.
Yeah, that's
Hasn't been a
interesting.
problem with any of my
Down the
mods.
bottom.
But you can put another wattage or voltage mode. I've been ripping this thing all day at 16 watts, and I still have a bar left of battery.
Are you on board with the comments so that it's an MVP killer?
Ooh, that's a good question. 'Cause he's a big MVP fan from back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no. The big selling point for the MVP for me is that its beefiness.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped mine so many times, concrete, whatever the fuck, and it's just dinked up on the outside, just cosmetic damage, and everything is still tight on the inside. This, especially if there's a K-Fun on top of it, if it just falls at the right angle, I'm like, maybe. I don't know. I haven't dropped it yet. We'll find out.
So outside of the can it take a beating test, I'll fucking hit it with a hammer if I buy one, just to test it. Outside of that, performance-wise and all that, what do you think?
It is very, very good.
It's been my new you want to start vaping, like vaping, pick up like a Pro Tank or a Nautilus and an iStick.
Dude, we're getting these in at the shop that I work at, and this with a Nautilus Mini on top, that is a solid fucking carry around.
Oh yeah, that's a great like starter vape. It's a mid-level vape.
They're retailing like in shops for $50 to $55, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, you can use that eBay link that I found and give it 35 or 36 or something.
So, if you don't have the dollars for a Vapor Shark, Pick one up.
Word. Which
Yeah.
goes right into my review section. Is that all you got? I didn't want to cut you off though.
Nothing really else to review. Yeah, but there's like I don't know. It's been a very pleasant experience with the K-Fun. Because I always vape on my coworkers and all that, so I was just like, let's get my own.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So due to some gear shifting around and having to send some things back for repairs and other stuff and a lot of traveling, I needed to pick up a variable wattage mod for traveling, and I was looking at the ice stick, and then I found a really good price on the VaporShark RDNA. So I picked one up because none of us had one, so I figured it might be useful for the show, and I thought it looked kind of nice, and it's good. I actually really dig. So I've messed with the regular VaporShark, the regular what they call it, the DNA that the understudy has.
Yeah.
And it's nice. That's a nice, super tiny, pocketable little thing. But I wanted one that I could replace a battery on if I wanted to, and also wanted 22 mil. So my Addies didn't overflow on the top because that bothers me a little bit. So I picked it up. The first thing that I thought of when I pulled it out of the case is, even though this thing is so small, it is heavy. Apparently it's the zinc aluminum, so instead of regular aluminum, it's the zinc aluminum that makes it really heavy. It's a hefty little beast, but it feels solid, right? Like in your hand, it feels like I could. What did I say the other day? It feels like I could beat a tiger with it, and it would be okay. I think when I was comparing it to the MassMods Micro, I think it probably weighs 1.5, maybe 2 MassMods Micros, probably maybe 0.8 Dukes. Give or
The
take.
little one is quite heavy.
I think it's 0.68.
That's
The
possible.
little one is quite heavy as well.
That's entirely possible. Oh, look, Omega has joined the chat. I got to see him this last weekend, which was cool at his shop in Gainesville, Underground Vapes, his 1-year anniversary, which is cool.
What up, Omega?
So, and speaking of which, when I was up there, I was in a random drawing, and I got a bottle of Northern Lights that I haven't tried before. It's a Vanilla Awesome, which I mentioned a few minutes ago. It is exactly what it sounds like. It's a very vanilla, very thick, not very thick, pretty thick juice.
Nice.
But it's tasty. I like it. The one thing that I was going to mention, though, is this guy. So, Vaporator, who we have on coming next week, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He's going on. I finally got a big bottle of his juice. This is one of his 120s of Lushington, which is one of his flavors, which I find delicious when I had my last bottle. When I got to go see him down the whatever that was, Masty, when I came down there a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And it's great. Had to get a 120. It's peaches, cream, and as sophisticated as you might think a chef would mix. Big fan. He also sent on a couple little betas that he's working on. The one that I really like is Golden Road, and I think if you're a fruity vape kind of person, like I am, I think you're really gonna like it. I actually don't know what fruit is in this. I've been trying it. I've dripped it a decent amount so far, and I can't put my finger on it. It's something tropical that I don't know. I don't know if I'm not Hispanic enough or not uber white enough to be able to determine. But
That would explain why every time I've asked you what the profile was, you've just said fruit.
Fruit. I can't figure it out. It's like guava or something, like one of those fruits that I don't eat.
Because I've probably asked you 3 or 4 times now, hey, what's the profile on that? What is it? Fruit.
That's as much as I can get.
It's like fruit.
Well,
It's fruit.
yeah, but it's I do gotta stick up for Angsty here because his flavors are really complex.
They are.
So
They are.
it's not, and it's every flavor that I've tried of
His
his
stuff is
is
awesome.
like that. Yeah.
Stuff is absolutely awesome.
It's
complex,
those
interesting.
juices that when you vape them, you're not like I think what helps is you won't get tired of them, so they can easily become an all-day vape.
Right.
If that's what you're looking for. So
I'm waiting for my local shop to get Lushington because I want another bottle.
I will say this too. I'll say this because he's not on right now. But I put a couple drops of a mint mix, including some icicles. So just 2 drops in this tank, and it's really good.
Really good. Actually, you have been called out in chat by Omega. He said you drank all his beer on Saturday.
I only drank the beer that he brought me. That's not my fault. If someone plies a Texan with beer, we're going to drink it. That was really cool seeing him. I hadn't been up to Gainesville in a long time, and that was fun. He's got a nice shop up there. Nice folks running it too. Let's see. So we talked about Oh, you know what? One thing I did not mention about the Vapor Shark that I wrote down is the RDNA specifically has a spring-loaded 510. So when you screw your stuff down, it'll screw down flush, and you'll have connections. I will mention one little con.
I'm pretty sure my DNA 31 has that too, because I haven't had a problem yet.
It's not spring-loaded. If you push it, it'll stay.
No, everything has went flush on it. So.
Yeah. Well, that's entirely possible, but it's not movable.
That's not true. Mine is moving.
Okay. That's because you've broken it.
No, I'm telling you, it's on a spring.
I'm just joking, but that's not what I've been told.
Stop it, Sean.
It's on a spring.
I will mention one little con, actually 2 little cons. One of which is I was in the car heading up to Omega Shop, and I'd been vaping my K-Funds Rose or something on it all day, and I put one of them on there, and it said check atomizer. It wouldn't fire it. I was like, well, that's weird. As I'm blowing down the highway at 80 miles an hour, so I switched Addies and put it on the Massmods Micro, and it worked fine. So it wasn't the build. So I put it back on there, and it worked fine after that. I think it just got stuck or something. And the other thing that gets me a little bit is this. Listen, ready? I don't know if you can hear that or not. The metal buttons, which are nice and they feel nice, they rattle a little bit.
I mean, it's not like you're constantly clicking your Duke lid.
That only happened once.
Dude, I think you had like a phase of like 2 weeks.
He did. It was like 2 weeks.
It was a couple of shows at the very beginning until you pointed it out, and I stopped doing it, didn't I?
Yeah, after like so many times.
I
just put Vaporator's site on there. You guys can go check it out.
Yeah, it's actually so, but no, you're not. I'm not shaking it, but when you pick it up, like you hear it, and like when you go to like grip it, your fingers stick to it a little bit, and it rattles, and it's annoying. I don't like it. It's not that bad, but I think one of the reasons why is because they're using the on-board buttons on the DNA board. So these little outside guys are basically just little physical touches to pass through your press to the board. So there's nothing really necessarily pressing them to each other, and they could be a little tighter, but I'm sure they do that.
Project 2501 just mentioned that the button rattle's a feature.
Yes, it's an undocumented feature. That's exactly right. But in case you haven't seen it, this is just slightly bigger than the regular Vapor Shark. It does take a single 650 that you can take in and out of here. It is really nice and small. And even though it's a little heavy.
Not a DNA 40.
How hard is it to change out?
It's just one screw.
Okay.
That screw right there comes out, and they even have a little thing. I think
for your thumb.
Somebody mentioned it, but they actually have like a little plastic washer on the other side of the screw, so as you unscrew it, it doesn't go flying everywhere and stuff. It actually stays on the lid, which is kind of nice. It is kind of a pain in the ass to get off there, though. You have to unscrew it and then kind of get your fingernail up underneath there a little bit and pry it. But all right, Ahmed, what?
Concrete Muskrat speaks truth. And I don't know why I didn't think to tell you this when you got it, because I sell Vapor Sharks out the ass at the shop.
Yeah.
But get a skin for it. It will fix the battery rattle.
I don't like the skins. I don't like them.
I don't either. I had one and I didn't like it.
I don't like the texture of that. I don't like that squishy silicone little squishy.
I wondered about that grippy stuff, because that would probably make it harder to put in
In
your jeans.
other words, I choose to further be inconvenienced by these rattly buttons.
They do stick in your pocket, and that's more inconvenient.
Right. Well, especially with Sean wearing those tight jeans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
You're right. I have that problem.
So there's that. I mentioned the Vaporator juice from Stashy Liquids. I was going to show this as well because it made me laugh. Actually, Rel, do you have a sec to cue that up?
I do. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I should have.
While Mass is getting this up, I just want to clarify that it's not that I wear tight jeans because I have to. It's that I wear tight jeans because I spend all my money on vape shit and I don't have the money to buy new jeans that fit because I'm fat.
So somebody on ECR and his name that I've forgotten, it is Mr. Mind Expansion, said that Habuddy has got a chuff cap, and and he had a little exchange with him saying,
Can
Yeah.
we read it? Can we read it on the screen?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So he basically said that the guy said, well, they're a little too big. He goes, well, how much too big? So he showed he's just got it sitting on top of his cap. He's trying to use it like a drip tip, which kind of made me laugh. He's like, bruh, take off the top part. Sorry. All right, that made me laugh. I just wanted to share that. And on to Sean.
First order of business. I saw this in chat. I completely forgot, so I should probably mention it. Content on the own page is starting to expand slowly.
Thank God.
We have picked up our first new reviewer, a man by the name of Colbert Vape Report, who watches the show as well, who's in chat. He makes some pretty awesome reviews that are now all posted there, and hopefully, as time goes on, we will be adding more people and building out more content, so that you will go to that page for more than just watching Plumes of Hazard, and so that we won't have to be the only people who worry about it.
Hooray! So welcome to the new folks that are writing for us and producing for us. That's awesome. Thank you.
With us, yeah. So I hung out with Rich from the Vapors Null the other night. He was a little drunk.
Of course.
And it's Rich, man. He likes to party. But he gave me this new Vapors Null shirt here, which has like all their flavors and smell it, taste it, and I love it. And I also found out that he has gotten me a Gnome V2 that he wasn't supposed to tell me about till it was done, but he was drunk. So when I get that, I'll be testing it, and then I'll be tossing it to Fu and everybody else to test as well, so that they can check it out and see what they think. Because I know those are coming out really soon.
Yeah.
Jesus, they're $100, and it's a cool looking mod for $100.
Just a side note about Rich: if you ever meet him in real life, I think I'm the shortest one out of the bunch. Me and Master about the same height. I'm 5'8". Rich is like 6'7" or 6'8".
Yeah, Rich is big dude.
He makes me look short.
Drunk on moonshine, and I hugged him, and I felt like a child. Like my head went to like the top of his chest.
Rich is a big dude.
But yeah, awesome dude.
So I met some guys. So I'm organizing this big party. This is my last party actually being an admin in my local vape group. So I'm organizing this big party, and I met these guys over the weekend, and I kind of knew them, but I finally got a chance to talk to them. They make a mod called the Mech by Gen 2. It's a box, but it's a box that they pay particular attention to safety with. So it has a MOSFET in it. It's LiPo-powered, so it has a low battery cutoff. It comes with a balancing charger to charge the LiPos, and it's 8.4 volt voltage cutoff at 6.3 volts, and you're talking 404 watts on this box, and it comes with a charger. Right now they're running a promotion for their first set, so they're 165 until October 31st, then they're going to go up to 180 as they start to wholesale to businesses. But, we kind of talked, and we're going to have them on eventually, but I thought they're doing something different, and I thought that was really cool, and I wanted to share that with everybody because they're kind of, they're really trying to put out something that's original and something that's their idea. And you also get a custom line of text on your mod. There's no serial numbers. You get 10 characters of text to put whatever you want on the side.
That's dangerous.
Yes. But it's kind of cool, right? I can get behind that. They're good guys. They're really trying to do things right, and they're really trying to make things safe and good user experience. And they're pretty cool mods. That is gen2mods.com. GEN.
And they ask for feedbacks and constructive criticism, which is great.
They care about how people perceive it. They want to have, they want anything that could help them make their product better. Last item of note, the Tatro T2. I just got it today, so I don't really have a full review, but there are some things that irritate the piss out of me. One, it's ugly.
Upside down Jenny.
Yes, it's ugly. Upside down Jenny. Very ugly. But I think my biggest complaint is I did dual coil on this. That's awesome, but you have to twist and then turn to feed juice in. It basically anti-pressurizes the chamber and feeds juice. There's only one hole, so it only drips down on one side of my coil. So I have to flood one side of my coils to juice the other, or I have to completely spin the base to juice the other side.
Or you can find a buddy with a drill press and just have him pop a little hole in there.
But I wonder if that would fuck up the pressurization of the tank.
And sure it will.
which means it's probably just going to leak like fuck the whole time. So I'm sure it's done that way for a reason, but it's a little inconvenient that I keep having to fucking rotate my base to juice up the other coil. But it's a very cool vape, run at high wattage because the chamber is so long, and it's not a bad vape. This is at 40 watts, 0.6 ohm coil.
We're talking. He's vaping on 2 coils.
Yes, 2 coils.
That's a first for Sean.
Not 1, 2. No, I have one other dual coil build, only one, and I do hear, and I'm gonna test this right now live because fuck it. I hear that a chuff cap fits. So I'm going to take my chuff cap right here. Ooh, it does. It needs a bigger O-ring, but, you know, if you have it and you just want a dripper, chuff cap.
That would have been so funny if that was a dry hit.
Nope, it's still good.
Please be a dry hit. Please be a dry hit.
Thanks, Vic.
Yeah, Joe user 12345 says single coil.
Goes through juice really fast because it's only like a 2 mil tank now. So I'll wear this thing out in an hour and a half with how much juice I go through. But I do kind of like it. It's a cool device at like $90, and you can throw a chuff cap on it and have a pretty decent probe style dripper anyway. So
You know how you can go through less juice, Sean?
how's that?
Put nicotine in it, pussy.
I don't want nicotine in my lab rat, man. I just want my lab rat. I just want to enjoy my lab rat without nicotine. All right? That's it. And I'll tell you, the only mod that I have that it doesn't look ridiculous on is the pedal. I had it on
because the pedal is ridiculously large already.
I had it on the Matchmod Mini earlier, and it just looks ridiculous. That's all I got.
Wait. So size-wise, is it like unstumpied rose size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is it next to my K-Fun with a nano tank.
Well, that's not a good comparison.
Yeah, my
Do you have a
K-Fun
full-size
with a
K-Fun?
size nano tank. My Rose is upside.
I didn't see anywhere in the show notes about you talking about the rose, okay?
Let him
I was just
put
trying
it
to get
next
a.
to it.
I was just trying to get a
There's
reference.
somewhere. I don't have it down here with me.
All right, that's fine.
Go ahead, Masty.
What?
What do you got?
I got 5 on it.
Ooh, that was a good throwback. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Hang on, I'm getting the pictures set up so I can show you guys. Which I've just been setting up. I just got the What Up Holmes? Wait, where the Anksy, didn't I just show you? Oh, there it is. Okay. I got the
Earlier.
What Up Holmes Addy by Sigreen. Let me grab some pictures. That's what I was just coiling. It's got a 0.9 ohm build on it. Sean Special dual coil. And let's look at a few of these pictures. Here is the there's the Addy taken apart. You see, it's got it's pretty much a magma, but with Mo flow. You have the 3 pieces there, adjustable airflow on the bottom, and here it is taken apart. There's your copper center post coming in from the bottom, and then you have your insulator.
What part did you say earlier was magnetic?
It's not. It's actually machined so well that it felt like it was magnetic. It fits into the piece. Right. I should pull it up in
It
here.
looks like the Pitchfork RDA.
See that right there? The white insulator between the copper piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was magnetic, but it's not. It actually just snaps in there. Yeah, it's got. Here's an overview picture of it. It's got really great airflow. I mean, that's one of the things that I kind of was hoping with the magma that had a little bit better airflow. And I know that some of the flavor might go away, but man, the flavor with this guy is really good, and the airflow, and there's no whistling. And like I said, I just coiled it up, put it together. You have the top part that unscrews, and what's nice is it doesn't mess with the airflow control like on the Magma. So there's my coil setup. See if this thing will focus. And unfortunately, the holes, you might be able to see them. See if I
Did
hold
you
it there
reduce your
and
camera bandwidth? No, potato to me.
Did it?
Yeah, he's not terribly potato, but you're more potato than usual.
Interesting.
It's intermittent. I think you're having like some lag spikes.
Yeah, Google might be screwing up tonight.
Actually, I don't know why I just did that, but yeah, let's see if we can grab the inside there.
There we go.
See the size of that air hole there? It's substantially bigger than the Magma.
Yeah.
And the well is pretty deep.
How's the top gas? Is it domed?
Say again?
Does it have a domed chamber?
No, it does not. It's basically it's a very small chamber, but it's not domed. It's basically squared off.
And I don't think you can answer why they made the airflow control ring so ugly.
Yep.
I agree. Tuners, that's a freaking clear thing.
I refuse to say anything bad about any device.
And the airflow control ring has got it's like knurled, I guess you could call it. But I mean, you are able to grip it, so that is nice. And it's got 4 air holes down to the bottom that feed into a chamber, and then they come up to the 2 holes. So that's nice too, and it flows pretty good.
Yeah, I personally think it's great.
So not bad, and it was I got it for $28 on Vapor DNA. I will put it in the chat.
I got it from you just built it, so you probably haven't had it leak from the airflow holes yet.
Well, see, that's the thing is the airflow holes actually don't have a deck around them like the Magma. Now, one thing that I have seen is someone a while back took the Magma and bored out and removed that deck to help with the leaking, because what starts happening in the Magma is you have capillary action on the cotton coming up, and some condensation and stuff will end up on that deck, and as you tilt it from one side to another, you'll get some of that in the air hole, right? So then what happens is now you have a leak. With this, there's no deck around those holes, so it's just the airflow post coming up. So there is a few reviews about this, and people have said they've filled them up, and unless you actually can get it to turn upside down and get into that air hole, it's very hard to get them to leak. So there you go.
You have anything else to talk about, Mast?
Nope.
All right, so then I think we can now introduce our guest. Our guest is very well known in the vaping world. I would like to just tell everyone, please welcome Vanessa from Suck My Mod. Oh, Matt's here too.
Ooh. And they're muted. I forgot. We forgot to tell them that they're muted when you join.
So let's welcome our guests. Hey!
There we go.
Hey.
Can you hear it?
Hey.
Yep. How you doing?
That was you were saving that joke up, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Boo.
I mean, come on, man. It's kind of a big deal. It's the 3rd female we've ever had on the show.
You guys need a female co-host.
We were never against that possibility. It was just a matter of finding somebody who would do it and deal with us every week, which, I mean,
The latter of that statement is the important part.
Oh, yeah.
True.
So, Matt and Vanessa, for anybody who might not know, tell everybody who you are.
We are YouTube reviewers, and we've been doing it for since February?
February of this year.
And we just review shit and have fun on camera and Some people watch us sometimes.
I think we know that feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we still don't really know why, but well, except for the fact that she's hot, I guess.
Matt, I
We've got a lot
will
of people
say
in
that
chat.
does not hurt. That doesn't hurt. I mean,
Yeah, it helps.
Plumes of Hazard, He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Do you guys have any women that watch the show even, or is it just a total?
So I checked today. 3%.
Oh yeah, we're at like 5, so we got you beat, but not
you
by
got us
much.
beat. We have that cruise around and they can come to the after party and stuff, which is great. I mean, it's good to see because honestly, when I go to shops and stuff, the only ladies that I see that come in there are like with their boyfriends.
Yeah.
Like I very rarely see lady vapors, which is weird to me because they smoke and they like
Yeah,
flavors.
I mean, there are quite a bit in my shop, but I think it's all
All
like
right.
regional.
Now, and I see a lot of lady vapors around here, but what I don't see is a lot of them getting really involved in the community aspect of things.
That's what I mean. I'm talking like hobbyist style, you know.
Yeah,
Well,
like before we started our channel, like she was vaping, but like I was always the one buying the stuff, you know. So I'd go to a vape shop and just pick it up for both of us. So I don't think there's a ton of women hobbyists, but there are a few.
So,
Yeah.
what's your guys' backstory? What got you started vaping? You know, what got you into doing reviews in the first place, and all that stuff?
I we've both been vaping on and off for like a few years. We started with like the blues,
Mm-hmm.
like
Like
2004.
the gas station one is
Yeah,
first.
gas station shit. And that lasted for like 6 months, and then when I went back to smoking, and then I had like some oral cancer, and so that obviously kicked my ass into vaping. So then I've been vaping since I haven't had a cigarette for like a little over a year. Yeah, something like that.
Mhm.
You're about the same.
Mm-hmm.
I was like
Well
a
done.
packaging smoker though. She was more of a
Congratulations
social
on that one.
smoker.
That's fantastic. Well done to both of you. I'm like at a year and a half ish or so myself.
I think I'm about a year and a half now. Yeah.
Yep.
I was never one of those people who like marked down the date of my last cigarette.
Yeah,
So I
same.
had to scroll through email orders to find out when I placed my order for my kit and what day it got delivered, and then kind of estimated from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then as far as like when we started, why we started reviewing, it was kind of like a joke. Well, what happened was I wanted to buy an Expromiser tank, and so I emailed the company, and they were like, "We're not selling to the U.S. yet, so we can't sell to you. But if you want to review it, we'll send you a review copy." So honestly, getting an Expromiser is what got me to start doing reviews.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, and so it was just kind of it wasn't some long like planned out thing, or you know, I had thought about it, you know, in the past, but I probably wouldn't even be doing them right now if it wasn't for that Expromiser kicking my ass and you know, into gear and actually getting it going.
So how did you
I
like
can't-
the Expromiser?
Yeah, I can't think of the name of that Addy without thinking of Damien's review, the Expromiser.
Oh yeah, I left my ass. Expromiser. It's a good one. I like that one.
That's one that I haven't picked up yet.
But yeah, besides that, is there anything else in the story?
There's that new one, not the Expromiser, but the I can't pronounce it for the life of me.
Daryl
that everybody-
Konigan?
Yeah.
Daryl Konigan? Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. It's good, but it's tough to build. Wicking it is really
Is that the Austrian one?
yeah.
That reminds me, the dude who makes that Addy was here today.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to
Really? That's
I wanted
cool.
to talk to him, but I was plagued with menial tasks.
I've heard really good things about them, but then again, I was added to the fan club, so that would probably be why.
Yeah. It's really loud. I mean, it's one of the loudest tanks I have. It sounds like there's like a piece of paper stuck in the air hole, kind of, and I mean, it's kind of annoying.
That's a little bit of a turnoff, I think.
Yeah, but flavor and stuff's great.
So how about the name? How do you come up with Suck My Mod?
Why don't you explain that?
So back when we first started vaping or whatever, and was in nursing school. Matt was such a hobbyist, so he'd get all these mods in the mail, and he'd always come up to me and be like, try this, and finally one day I was just like, geez, what do you want? And he's like, just woman, suck my mod. And it just kind of was a joke at first.
So come on,
When we started trying to figure out what to name the channel, it was like a last resort thing.
Well, we didn't want something with vape in it because everybody has vape in their name.
And
so we're like, why not suck my mod?
Yeah, but I mean, we were thinking hard for other things because we were like, I don't know if, maybe people...
Yeah, people got offended at first by the name.
Yeah, we got some nasty messages.
That happened.
About that.
So I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard about you guys was probably around April or something, and it was either Grim or Todd just like threw you out, just like one of their messages. I was like, "Suck my mod." That's a weird name. I should go watch those guys. So you clearly must have hooked up with those guys pretty relatively early.
Yeah, I mean, I became friends with Grim and Twisted pretty early on. Like they were both just really cool guys. They both helped me as far as what gear to buy and stuff. I asked a few different reviewers. I was just trying because I had no idea what to buy for videos. A couple of them blew me off and basically told me to eat shit and die. But Grim and Twisted were really cool and they helped me out.
I sent Nick 15 messages to get him to come on the show for the first time.
Who?
Nick.
Oh yeah.
He's a buddy though. He's awesome.
Yeah, now he won't leave us alone.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's really irritating.
I'm repping
There's
his
our
shirt tonight
shirts
too,
and mentions and has our sticker on his mod. It's so fucking annoying.
He asked if he could stay at my house when he comes to New York.
All that free advertising.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Nick's an awesome guy. I never once asked him or Twisted to mention me on the channel, but they just they started watching and liked our reviews and helped us out quite a bit.
What's one of the
well, I think what you're doing is cool. Oh, sorry. What?
No, I'm used to it. I'll go ahead and mute myself. Go ahead, Sean, number 2.
So we want to
Shut up, Sean. Shut up, Angsty. Now that they're muted. Hey, Fubaka, you want to ask him any questions? What's one of the funnest mods that you've reviewed? In your whole reviewing up to now.
God, yeah.
One that when you were doing the review, you said, "Man, this thing's cool as shit."
I remember I felt kind of like that when I reviewed the Vapor Giant. The thing was just fucking massive. What else did I?
The Vapor Flask. You're a fan.
Yeah,
of
the
that
Vapor Flask. I mean, I'm a big Vapor Flask fanboy. I just love this mod.
Yeah.
I know one of the ones that I was least looking forward to doing was a ZNA because I didn't like it. It was one of my first negative reviews, and I got one of the ones from the first batch where there were quite a few problems, and yeah, I mean I got some shit from the Zen fanboys.
I was just gonna say, how much shit did you get? Because that's definitely an ongoing thing. We'll post something up, or we'll put a video up. And man, we just get lit up on the video side of things. So.
It's like the fucking Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad. I mean, it is. I'll put something up, and it doesn't even have to do with any fanboys. I put the video up of the battery venting, and we get comments like, "That battery didn't vent."
Yeah,
okay.
That was a new comment actually.
It went from 4.1 volts down to almost nothing, and you saw a spark and gases venting out, but it didn't vent.
This is the type of people that are like, we're not actually on Mars.
Yeah.
So
that battery didn't vent.
Before Plumes and all that, man, when I did reviews for 2 months, and it's a bitch. But one of the things that I reviewed was the Genesis 2 system. It was one of the first things that I reviewed. And I gave it a relatively semi-positive review because I didn't know shit at the time. So we come into doing Plumes, and we meet this guy who's doing our website, Lou. And Lou is a great dude. he goes, "Oh yeah, man, your review is what made me buy Zen stuff." And I'm like, "Man, I wish I could tell you how sorry I am. Like, I should have pulled that down a long time ago, man. I'm really sorry."
Yeah, I remember how psyched all the fanboys were when Zen finally started putting adjustable pins in the mods. 2 years late, but that was innovative.
Did you get any help from any of the other reviewers when it came down to equipment that you needed to or wanted to use for your reviews, like your camera, audio stuff, computer, any of that? And the reason I ask is I've seen a lot of people that's one of the first things they ask is, hey, I want to maybe get into reviewing.
Yeah.
What kind of equipment do I get, stuff like that. And when you ask some of the reviewers that are out there, some really they make it classified secrets, even though it's
there's
a 1080p camera that you got. So
there's a few in particular that are like that. They spent the last 4 years working on their setup, and they're not going to share that private info. I get that question a lot now too, and I always definitely help because like Grim and Twisted told me exactly what their setups were. I ended up buying the Logitech C920, and I use that for everything, even though I have I even use that for up-close stuff, even though I have a camcorder and stuff. But
yep.
A lot of reviewers use the Logitech C920 and like the Blue Yeti mic, and so that's
like bread and butter, man. That's all you need.
I love that mic.
Yeah. Yep. I have the camera, so it's nice.
Yep.
Nice.
You get a solid, very, very solid setup for like.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like a lot
$200.
of guys think they need to go out and spend a shit ton of money on like a
Right.
camera, but like we got the camera for like $70. We ended up getting this thing because they didn't have the microphone that we were looking for, so they sold this to us for like $70.
Nice. Another really
lucky
good
bastard.
microphone. If people don't have the Yeti money, is the Blue Snowball. That's what Angsty uses.
Yeah, that was the one we went to like Best Buy for, but they were all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Snowball's a really nice mic too. So for anybody looking to get into it, it's not expensive.
I'm using my webcam mic.
Yeah, be in a quiet room and have light. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, light's a big thing. Like people are always asking me, what I use because they say our quality is good. But I mean, it's light. I edit in iMovie. I mean, I have Final Cut Pro, but I don't even use it. And it's just like using the camera and the microphone. And I use the little enhance feature in iMovie, and that fixes so much shit.
Yeah.
So
Apple does a
Hangouts
lot
on
of
air.
things pretty well.
before we go too far, we were talking last night, and Matt said that he wanted to give something away. I don't remember what he said he wanted to give away, so I'll let him say that.
I'm going to give away. I don't have it in here. I'm going to give away a brass Prism V2, and then I'll give away the new Contrabita Customs dripper called the Contra. So I have a full mech mod and dripper setup.
Nice.
I actually have one of the drip tips.
The way in which we are going to give this away is by the end of the show, we need pictures of you performing fellatio on your mod.
Is it fellatio? I mean, could there be some tongue action too?
There could be some tongue action as well.
Is that even
Hey,
legal?
there's always tongue action. If it's a good one, it's always. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna feel ashamed if we don't get any female entries.
Oh yeah, these will be judged based on our very strict and very structured judging methodology.
We'll take videos as long as you got some
mind's telling me no.
in the background.
So which picture makes us laugh the loudest is pretty much what it's going to come
Oh
down to.
jeez, we should have done this like 30 minutes ago.
I don't.
I was trying to. I got muted.
You should have put some rules in there because I'm not gonna look at the pictures. I'll tell you that much.
So
right
it
now.
has to be YouTube safe. There's your rule. It absolutely.
Oh, there go all of them out the door. Watch the chat go. No.
Yeah, I bet you Kyle's like, oh, I can't take a fucking picture on my toilet.
YouTube safe because we're gonna share them live and shit. You can shoot links in messages. You can shoot a link in chat, or you can post it on the Facebook group. Take your pick.
Somebody in chat wants to know what's the cool background behind you guys.
This is just it's just a print. It's the original painting is from the graffiti artist called Banksy. There's actually documentary, I think, about him or something. But he's a really well-known graffiti artist, and so this is actually on a building, and it's just a picture I always liked. Like I've had it for a while and
I got that for you.
Yeah, you bought it for me for Christmas, and like I didn't want to have like a blank background behind us, so I just figured we'd put it up.
Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at us. We got chair, we got desk stuff, we got amps, and we got nail polish. So.
Shut up.
Actually, I've got some.
It's not on
boxes.
camera.
I got boxes and laundry over my
Very
shoulder.
important question, Matt. Will you ship internationally? Somebody from Scotland just asked, and they really want to do it.
That's expensive.
I will if he like PayPal's me for at least part of the shipping.
Okay, so there you go. If you PayPal for part of the shipping,
internationally, it was like $450.
There you go.
If it's,
we should
if
probably
it's
make
in
it
the
thread.
States, they don't have to pay for shipping. If it's internationally, at least help me out with the shipping.
okay,
Split it with me or something.
that works for me. So while people are doing that, do you have any cool stuff coming up? Any cool reviews? Anything you're really excited about?
God, I got a ton of stuff. The vape world just moves so fast now. It's hard to keep up with it. Like,
Yeah.
That's for sure.
like the
Yeah, it
infinite
is.
CLTs, the mythical clit atomizers.
Did you say mythical clit?
I still haven't reviewed the V1, and then the V2 came out, so I'm just gonna review them both together. What else do I got?
But there's a lot of guys that think that. Come on.
Yeah, it's not.
mythical clit.
Well, it's not real, right?
They don't poop or fart either.
It's just take the game that girls have. They like to make the guy go searching for something for an hour. Anyway, yeah. What else do I have to review? The rig mod. A lot of stuff from like Beyond Vape and their company Aria built. Like they have a new DNA mod, the Solera, the Oros. They have a dripper that just came out. I love the Beyond Vape stuff, and they're putting out a good amount of stuff that's it's got a lot of value to it. Like they have a few mods under $100. What else do I have exciting?
This is the only Beyond Vape thing that I've got. Is this enormous, ridiculous drip tip.
Oh yeah, I have one of those.
What do you guys find that you use all day? Both of you. Like, what's your all-day setup and all-day juice?
Hers is well. Why don't you show them that?
Right now, it's just the E-Leaf iStick for me, and then just a Nautilus Mini on top, just because it's lazy vaping and I'm busy and I'm always on the go. So.
Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier because I got my own iStick, and I was saying like that with the Nautilus Mini, that's like you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Vanessa, hold that up again. Are you a very small person? Because that thing looks gigantic in your hand and very small.
I'm not that small.
She's like 5'8".
Holy crap, that does look huge.
Doesn't it?
It's really not though. It's like the size of like a Bic lighter.
Her hands are just kind of small. I mean, now you see them.
See, now it looks small again.
Pause.
Yeah, now it's back to normal size.
I use the iStick a lot, like in bed. Like we watch movies in bed, and I'll use the iStick with like like the Aero Tank or the Nautilus Mini or something.
That new atomizer you just got.
What was that?
How about that new atomizer you just got?
With the hobo?
No, the tank.
That one.
Just got muted.
I got your back, Mast.
Thanks.
The tank from England.
Oh, this SAT?
Sean being as vague as
I'm
possible.
sorry. All right, where'd it go?
Mute him again. Mute him again. Keep muting him.
The rose. All right. I got it.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt.
Don't mute our guest.
He said that which shall not be named.
Yeah. He sure did.
I'm sorry, Matt.
See, you muted him, and he doesn't know that he's muted.
Matt, I muted you.
Matt, you got muted.
I didn't preface it with "I'm sorry."
I can't find it.
What's the rose game?
There's a lot of me and Brian are both Rose fans, so these two give us a lot of shit for it.
Well, No, come on, be
It's more than
honest.
that. It's more than
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
We
be
talked
honest.
about it a lot when we first got
You
there.
two go window shopping for gear together. It's fucking adorable.
Yeah, it is.
I can't help it if Sean's got good taste.
And they talk about the rose so much that it just gets out of
It's got its
hand.
own theme song. It's
Yeah,
got its own
Always
theme
have its
song.
own
Come on,
theme.
Matt.
it does.
If you wanna ride, don't ride the wide.
Rose. That's the theme song. So every time they're, talking blah blah blah, rose this, rose that, they get it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an awesome device, but these guys just can't go one show without talking about it.
Wait till the V3 comes out.
Yeah, or the
What?
It's gonna be like this all over again.
It's
gonna be like
then,
this all over again.
here's the other one for you, because I know I talked to you guys about this, and Matt and Vanessa, you guys are going to be joining a long list of reviewers soon who have your own juice company.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we're jumping on the bandwagon.
You want to
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit?
Well, I know it's kind of a cliche thing, but I got laid off in the summertime, and so I looked for a job for a few months. Didn't really find anything that my background is in like marketing and
And we
advertising.
live in Montana.
Yeah, so it's tough sometimes finding like a job with that kind of skill set. And so we just kind of decided to do it. Like we partnered up with some really cool people that have a really really nice top-notch lab. And so we've just been working on these flavors for the last couple months, and they're just about done.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's gonna launch probably first or second week of November, I'm guessing.
Nice. Can you give any insight into some of the flavor profiles for people, or?
We talked about one on our last vlog, and it's like a huckleberry lemonade, and
Ooh.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's got some other berries in the background. We're trying to make it fairly like inexpensive too. I mean, we're using plastic bottles. It's definitely going to be under $20 for a 30 ml. It's probably going to be 16 or 17. So we're trying to keep it like, I know that's not super inexpensive, but we're trying to like keep it fairly reasonable.
I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that. That's more where I would like to see a lot of juice prices.
Any hints at your first flavors that you'll be releasing?
Yeah, there's that lemonade one. There's one that's kind of an interesting concoction of like guava, peach, and some lime.
We have a dessert flavor.
There's a dessert one. There is, most of the people that watch our channel know that like we're diehard like strawberry cream or strawberry custard fans. So there's one kind of like that. And then we're working on we're gonna probably launch 4 at first, and then we're gonna have a few more coming out probably by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys are going through a lab for all this stuff and all that too, right?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, it's a really top-notch lab. We'll probably take some pictures of it and put it on our Facebook page or something, because I mean it's like, yeah, they do it right.
Somebody just asked in chat where they put the pictures. You're putting it on our Facebook. I will link it again in the chat. If you're not a member, join up and post in there. I've got a thread that people are posting right now. And by the way, 1 per person, please.
Yes. If you do not have Facebook, I'll take a link in chat as long as we see it. It's just the possibility that we might not see it does exist.
Indeed.
So we've asked.
Did my internet suck? Did my internet suck, or did I not hear the name of the company? Or are we not released that yet?
We have not released that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, still keeping that secret.
Okay, that's fine. We'll call it "Suck My Juice" for the rest of the.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's probably gonna be "Suck My Juice."
It's way dirtier than that.
Tech time. We've asked every reviewer this question too. For anybody who wants to get into doing the review stuff and kind of get involved in that aspect of the community, what kind of advice would both of you give them?
Um, you really just want to you want to try to make a video that you know and give the right amount of info. It's something that you would want to see. You know, some people think I'm dry, or some people think, you know, they don't like our reviews. Some people do. But I try to just give the amount of info that I would care about. You know, sometimes, like when I first started, I would find myself rambling, and I mean, I had enough footage for like a couple hours sometimes on these videos, but I try to cut it down. You know, and basically just try to do reviews on products that don't have a lot of reviews out yet. You know, I did a lot of like buying and selling and trading when we first started. You know, and I've just tried to keep my finger on the pulse of like, you know, what was coming out and try to, you know, like the Tobe. I tried really hard to review the Tobe first, and it wasn't a great review, but I mean it was the first Tobe review, and you know, you just want to try to. Yeah, I mean, it's called Tobe. Because
I know, but isn't that what you called
We
it
had a
back
debate
then?
about that.
I called it TOBH in the review, and the maker told me I was wrong. It's Tobe rhymes with robe.
I remember that because we were getting a group buy with a vendor we know, so we could pick one up, and yours was one of the very first ones that I saw. I don't remember if it was the first or not, but maybe it may have been. But I was like, TOBH, sure, isn't it just Tobe? But whatever, sure, maybe he knows. Then you said that later.
What the hell would Tobe be an acronym for?
It's something
Something about
Hebrew, some word in Hebrew, I guess. I forget
All
what
right.
it. He sent me a long explanation of it, and I totally forget what it was now.
We're getting some. By the way, what I was laughing at a minute ago, we're getting some fantastic entries.
We're
just
getting
so we know.
really good at
Yeah. I know. Wait, if it's a Jewish word, or I mean, sorry, a Yiddish word, a Hebrew word, it's to only be Havi Nagila.
What?
That
There
is
you
by
go.
far the worst thing I've ever said in Plumes.
Yes, it is. Hashtag Ahmed.
You know, it was that moment. It was that moment where I'm just like, it's gonna bomb so hard, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
That was great.
So, Matt, you got to do any setup or queue up for tech time?
Yeah, I'm setting over there now.
Sweet. All right. So
Good.
it's a constant stream of photos right now, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pretty good.
There are a few of them that are pretty solid. I'm hoping that that Matt and Vanessa can help out because they're going to be kind of difficult to decide. I think.
Oh yeah, I have them all queued up. I'll screen share here shortly, or I'll screen share. when we get
Any
to that
ladies
point.
yet, or is it all dudes?
We do have one lady. We have another one who sent me a PM and said she really wants to take part.
God.
Worried that the boy would get mad, and he's not there to ask.
What is
Wow.
that on your page?
Nice.
Creepy.
They're taking sneak peeks. There's some good ones. You up, Masty?
Not yet.
Wow, that guy's really deep throating. That's
That guy's got talent.
that's impressive. If that's an 18650, that's impressive.
All right, I'm good. I'm good to go now.
See, this contest.
Oh man.
Missing all the damn fun.
All right, Masty, go for it.
All right, so it's. I think Ahmed, can you mute because you're echoing? For a while back, it's been like 8 tech times or something that we haven't done. Real quick, what we're going to do today is this is an SX350 board. This is a screen that was on the board, okay? And as you can see, the corner of the screen is completely shattered here, and the screen didn't work at all. So what'll usually happen is you'll have the screen set up like this, and you'll go and put it in whatever device you're going to be using, and you have to be very careful with these corners because let me grab my this is glass, and these corners are exposed, and it's glass all the way up here to the top. Okay, so if we get a little closer there, you have the glass doesn't stop here. The glass goes all the way up here to the top. Okay, and here is your ribbon. So if you come anywhere near this with your blade, or you're trying to get this to fit somewhere and you push too hard, you can crack this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you tonight real quick how to replace the screen. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take a knife or a sharp blade, and you're going to want to cut right below the screen. Okay, and what you're cutting is I don't know if I have a piece of it around here, but it looks like a rubber insulator. Okay, and it's something that they use to stick the screen down. So you take your blade and you slide it across, okay, each side, and that's going to allow you to pop the screen up. Okay, there's some of that rubber that you see right there on each side of the screen. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take as much of this rubber off the screen piece. Okay, and don't at any circumstance take the screen and just rip it off. Okay, because what will happen is you will pull some of the traces on the board, and I did one like this so you can see there's some of the metal traces left on the board. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to heat this guy up, and little by little, basically start just barely touching it with the iron, and it'll start separating itself from the board. Okay, if you need to, you can use. Let's see if I have it here. You can use a. Actually, this is perfect for tonight's episode. Suck my solder sucker. You could suck the solder out of there with this guy. Just put it up there. I figured you had to unmute yourself just for that one. So since the Suck My Mods guys are on here, you can use the Suck My Solder, and basically that's all it does. It's spring-loaded, and it sucks the solder out of there. We just gave away the name of their juice company, and basically little by little you can start peeling the ribbon off, and you'll have the bare contacts there. Now, to clean this up, what I'd like to do is you take some alcohol, and you take just regular piece of paper and put some alcohol on there and just clean the surface off. Okay, that's going to clean any of the leftover glue or anything like that was on there. Once you have that cleaned off, I like to take some solder flux and go across all of the contact points. Okay, and once you have it all across the contact points, what then you can do is you can take your soldering iron without any solder on it, okay, and just heat the area up momentarily. Okay, that's gonna let some of that, see how it kind of cleans the traces and leaves the traces open, so they're not, you don't have a bridge in between them. If you do bridge the traces, you can use a little bit of you can use either the solder sucker to clean the solder out of there, or you can take some of the mesh. There's a mesh that you can buy. I have it around here somewhere, but basically you put the mesh down and you touch it with soldering iron, and it'll absorb the solder onto the mesh so you can continue. Here's one of the new screens. Here's how they come. They come with the protective screen cover, and they have all the traces. Make sure that these are completely flat. Okay, they have no solder on them whatsoever. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, and I'm not going to do, this process takes it'll probably take you about 30 minutes. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to put some flux on this side, and we're going to basically line up your contacts, okay? And we're going to tack one side and then the other. And once those two sides are tacked, these are perforated, okay? So let me see if I can get it close. These guys are perforated in the contact area, so the solder will soak through and make contact with the actual traces on the board. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some of the flux and put some flux on this side. You need just a tiny little bit. And you can go ahead and you're definitely going to want to have a helping hand or something like this to while you're doing this. Let me grab some solder. And what I'd like to do is I like to take just and tin the tip with a little bit of solder. Okay. And very carefully line up your traces. Okay. And we're going to tack these two. Okay, if one side doesn't want to tack, you can come under, add a little bit of solder to the bottom part. Okay, and notice the traces are still clean. There's no bridging across there. And once we come up on top of it, okay, and you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but let me see if I can get close. You can see that the traces are not bridged, and now it's tacked on there. Okay, and I'm going to have to do this while watching my computer screen because I cannot see under here. So let's go ahead and start working on this side. And all I'm doing is putting some solder on the tip itself and then basically brushing. When my wife saw me do this, she said it looked like I was putting mascara on eyelashes. And I guess that's a good way to describe this because you're taking each one of these little traces and you are basically putting some solder on them. Okay?
They're real
And you
pro
can
here.
also flip the screen up and push down a little bit. Yep.
I've seen the size of your mitts, and I am indeed impressed.
Okay. And there you go. You can see there's no bridges. You can come in here later, and you can use your voltmeter, or if you have small enough, basically contacts. And what I usually do is I would go up and down like this on each one. Now I'm doing this quickly, and what you want to do is you want to spend more time going over these. It's really, you really have to glob a lot of solder on there to get these to bridge. But if they do, just take your soldering iron again and just go like this over it, just like I was doing. Don't hold the soldering iron on here too long because this is a plastic resin that the traces are on, so you will melt it after a while. But just like that, take your time, start one end tack the other end, and then just slowly, like if you were brushing, straight up and down, like on an eyelid, and brush with the soldering iron, and you'll make contact. What you can do is power the board up. You don't have to have it flipped over. Check it. If you see weird traces or just lines on the screen, that means that one of these guys isn't making contact 100%. So what you can do is take power off the board and then come back and lightly heat each one of these. You don't have to have something that touches each trace. You can just barely go over each one like that and make sure that they're all making contact. And little by little and with some patience, you'll be able to switch your screen out. So there you have it. We'll just replace the screen on a broken
Concrete
SX350.
Concrete Muskrats. You're the Bob. Put a little blob of solder here, a little happy blob.
A little happy blob and painting. So, well, a lot of people see this and they say, that's tiny. I mean, here's a pen cap compared to what we're working with, and how small it is.
Wants to know if you've ever painted minis, and he said not to be afraid of your past.
Have I ever painted minis?
Yep.
No, I haven't. My mom's an art teacher, so maybe I get it from her. But And basically, you know, like I said, get the screens. I believe Veritube has them for sale. There's a few other places that have them for sale, and you know, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. I know Yeehee is starting to take some in if you know there's damage with the screen or something like that. But usually, here's what the old screen looked like. So you have, you know, a definite chunk missing out of it, and you know, this you could at least give this a try and maybe save you a few bucks from having to buy a new board.
Word. I just unmuted. Suck my mud, guys.
Yep.
Alright.
So
Hi.
Mass is coming back over to us. A few questions. Liz wanted to know,
Yes.
is there a large vaping community in Montana?
No, not really, but it's growing.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually 2 shops in the town we live in. I think soon to be 3, but they're like one of them sucks. Like they sell Sigelli, you know, Z Maxes for like $200, and they rip people off.
Oh.
And then,
What?
yeah, it's bad. And then there's another one that's cool, and they have like at least during the summer, they would have like vape meets every other week and stuff, and like, you know, 20, 30 people would show up. So it's definitely growing. I mean, we see more and more vapors out and about now.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, somebody recognized me in Walmart at like midnight the other night, and so that was
Yeah, that stuff's that's interesting, man. That's like one of the coolest parts about doing this kind of thing is, for the most part, when I go outside my front door, nobody knows who I am, unless I go to like a vape shop. So it's really weird when I'm like traveling and I'm at a rest
you know,
stop.
like he's a vape, you know, a vape celeb, but then he still has like you know, his normal life where he's just a normal dude. So it's kind of cool. He gets the best of both worlds, I guess.
And then the other question was from Falcon Dick Punch.
Falcon Dick Punch.
What are both of your unicorn devices
That we own or want to own.
that you want?
What?
I really, really want one of these high-end like DNA devices. Like I'd love to have a Zero.
Say Wapari.
Maybe Wapari. I don't know. Something about those Zeros with all the sleeves.
You know,
The Zero is a gorgeous
it
device.
is, but I was just talking to somebody about it last night. They said one of the only problems with it is the sleeves slide on, but they don't lock.
Really?
Pick it up the wrong way, they just fall right off.
God, yeah, that could be annoying.
It just got cloned. Maybe the clones they'll
They
stay
did
on.
just get cloned. You're right.
Yep.
What about you, Vanessa?
You know, I'm a simple vapor, and I don't really, as long as it vapes good and it tastes good, and
You got yours. She wanted like a pink Pro Veri for the longest time, and
now I don't
got
even use it.
I know. I don't know why you don't.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wanted a pink Hannah, and then you ended up getting a black one. She's not into like the super high end stuff, but
As long as it vapes well and it keeps me off cigarettes, I don't really
That's
have a preference.
Fair enough. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get that, you know, quality of a vape.
especially now.
yeah, I mean she has
Especially
you know, she's got a Pro Veri, she's got 2 or 3 expensive DNA mods, and she's been using the iStick for the last couple of weeks. So she just uses what works for her. I'm more of like a snobby vapor, you know, where I would love to have more of these like high-end devices. I just got myself an MCR that I'm kind of proud of.
Ooh, yeah. There's a nice,
So shall
nice
we
Mac.
look at inappropriate pictures
Hey,
of their mods?
Hey, Sean.
What's up?
One sec. I wanted to show. Someone asked about soldering tabs on a Veritube 510, and right now you have to solder to the nut that basically holds the 510 in. But I did see today that there was. Let me pull the picture up right now. Someone found these on eBay. There's some soldering tabs for the Veritube 510. So you can actually buy these. I'll put the link in side chat. and they're about $7, $8 for about 50 of them. So, not a bad price. I'll put the
Yeah, that's not bad.
there's a link in side chat. So
Nice. All right, so on to people performing inappropriate acts on their mods.
let's do it.
I think.
Hell yes.
So screen share started. There be.
Oh, that's
Oh, it's
in his
Ron Perlman.
nose. That's in his nose. And
no.
Like,
You
he
know-
needs another guy on the other side so they can go harmonica
You know-
style.
you know what? When I see that guy, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
yeah, it is Ron Perlman. All right. Oh, doubling it up, huh?
Rory and Hannah.
That's what he said in his post too. He said, "I'm sorry to say I can take two."
We got that one.
Oh,
He's going for
sideways
side action.
Yeah.
I think that was our only female entry.
Go Candy.
Interesting.
Get that mod.
Candy McCann, she's dirty.
The slots on that still.
That one.
What? In the,
That took some thought.
what the fuck is going on there?
That one's so good.
Like, was he already tied up like that, and so they just threw
I'm
him out?
not sure.
Oh my god.
Do we need to keep going?
Oh, he's got the timeline going.
We gotta get through. We had a special entry later on by Stone Cold Steve Austin too. He's really getting into that, man.
Nice. Get up on that clapboard.
Yeah, he's...
That's a Manhattan.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, he swallowed that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Holy crap.
That takes talent.
Take lessons.
I don't think he did too well on the AR.
That's actually one of my favorite ones.
I hope that's vapor and not me barfing.
The ocean.
I love juice in my mouth.
Colbert having a
Living-
drink.
Oh, that eye contact.
Yeah, living dangerously.
The
It's the wrong end, bro.
that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit on that one.
The comment on this one is, who doesn't like some Asian gangbang?
Wow.
All right,
He kind of looks like that dude from The Hangover.
here we go. Imaginary balls for
Imaginary balls.
realism.
Cupping the
Nice.
ball.
What?
Wow.
Is that a Bigglesworth?
That's the Bigglesworth.
Oh my gosh. There's something missing from that.
See, now, if he would have been sucking it in that position, that would have been...
Yeah.
So he commented on that when he said the Bigglesworth is just not nimble enough to suck like that.
Well, if we were, we wouldn't have girlfriends.
That guy, the other guy looks like he's doing a card trick, and the cards are coming out of his mouth. Go back.
Right there,
There you go. Yeah.
This is a Clockwork T5. That's a pretty
Freaking
deep
T5.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
Those are...
Oh my god. Death.
Like,
Jesus
Oh, wow.
Christ, dude.
that
It's gonna
can't
be
be the whole
tough
mod
to
in there.
No, it's got to be just the cap.
That can't be the whole mod.
I don't know, man. The eyes, Chico, they don't lie.
You will make some man very happy someday. Now we're coming up on Stone Cold Steve. Oh, there we go. There's five mods.
Wow.
Here's our entry from Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wow.
Does that vapor taste like the ocean?
Oh, there we go. There's the T5, and we got that one.
Wow.
I don't know about you guys, but I am for that.
That's right. Yeah, Nick's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Nick
that
won.
is
Yeah, there's so much in that one.
wow. There's so much that we don't know or see either. That's
Is this a screenshot from the Machinist 2?
I mean, I see two mechs. I see in MVP. I see a Duke.
wow.
Is that a Dogray?
That could be a Dogray. I don't know.
That's a lot of
Or, I know one of them's a Stingray.
that's a lot of weight.
Yeah, I think that's
Was he wearing the hat, or was the hat part of it? Too? And it's just
His
not
face
even really
looks
a hat. It's like a turban.
no, it's not a turban.
his face
Wrong
is like,
country.
help me. Wow.
Yeah, what do you guys think? I think it's gotta be.
Consensus suck my mod peoples.
Yeah, I mean, I think he won. Here's the setup. I'm gonna polish it up for you all, pretty like too. So
Nice.
I'll give you this brass Vapetasia drip, the Contra, and the Prism V2, and it'll
Very
look
cool.
like new when you get it.
I actually hadn't seen the brass.
Go, Nick.
Yeah.
I think Angsty just dropped. Oh
Okay,
no, he's
back.
back.
Back. No, Google's jacking up around here.
Yeah, it's been a little off this evening. I do want to say, Matt, Vanessa, thank you very much for coming on, talking to us, and taking part in that wonderful contest. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Excellent.
Tis been real.
Yep. Everybody who tuned in and watched, and everybody who's going to watch the replay or now the podcast that it's on iTunes, thank you very much, guys.
Absolutely. Hey, check it out. An hour 28. First time in like months.
Yep, we're
Yeah.
not over. We're going to end early.
It's gonna be
Excellent.
What do you got,
Well,
Matt? You
keep
gonna
talking.
send us off, Mast?
No, I'm not sending anybody off. Just hit your button. You'll never know.
All night long.